There's something that has been bugging me for months now. And no matter how much I try to ignore it, but it keeps on burning me in the inside. It's so sad and also insidious how us, the South African youth, especially the black ones, are so blinded from the truth. How we constantly allow the dark forces of this world to derange us, distract us from navigating our intensive focus on things that will help contribute in making our lives and future better. Our visions are so blurry to the point where we don't even find interest in dreaming anymore. Because we have subscribed to the victim mindset. And that kind of a mindset is what limits us and also keeps us running in a cycle of stagnation. That kind of a mindset is what resisting us from exercising our God-given talents. That kind of a mindset is what resisting us from exercising our full potentials that we know that we're capable of. It's so sad to see a young black child surrendering themselves into the society norms, embody those insidious beliefs and the fallacies that the society keeps on telling us about ourselves that are not true. One thing that I've discovered as I closely observe is that in most times, the oppression always comes from our environments because they have the infinite power to lift us up or to drag us down. They have the power to dictate whether you're going to live a life of abundance or whether you're going to live a life of mediocrity. They have the power to influence your way of thinking. And keep in mind that the way you think determines your future. And that's the problem that we're dealing with at the current moment. We are not focusing on refining our lives, but we are too focused on recruiting others into this misery and also convince them to find comfort in that. Just take a look at what's going on in the social media space. We constantly subscribe to content that is slowly rotting our brains, and also killing our competence, instead of consuming educational content that has the potential to, refine and expand our brains and become more wiser. It's crazy how we think that we are too ahead, but the raw truth is that we are so behind, because we submit to things like partying, alcohol, and reckless lifestyle, and yet we get surprised when we're not succeeding. Yes, we are not succeeding because we are not doing the things that people who wants to be successful are supposed to be doing. Your input is what determines your output. That's how things work. If you're constantly navigating your attention span on things that are slowly killing your productivity, then guess what will happen? You'll be unproductive. And same thing applies. If you're constantly navigating your attention span on things that are positive and educational, that will contribute in helping refining your brain, then guess what will happen? Your life will tremendously change. You will see your productivity levels increases, and the more they increase, the more you will live a happy life. You see, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not here to preach about this pandemic and then switch off the video afterwards without providing any possible solutions. No, there are various effective ways we need to implement in order for us to clear this mist of the casting mindset inside of us, in order for us to become the best version of ourselves. First and first, we need to do a mentality switch. Detox our minds from all of those lies that they've been telling us, throughout all those years. All of those beliefs that they have ingrained inside of our minds. We need to flesh out all of that toxicity and start inserting new habits and positive affirmations that will help, elevate us from where we are currently at right now to where we would like to be in the near future. We need to ingrain the fact that our future is literally on the palm of our hands. We have the power to turn our lives around for the better. We have the infinite capabilities to shape, our reality, to shape our desired lives, to dictate where our lives will be 5 years from now, 10 years from now. But the thing is, we have to start by acknowledging the fact that we are in possession of that kind of a power. The sooner we realize that, the more better our lives will become and success will be inevitable. But it all starts with us exercising our full potential and capabilities and also understanding the mere fact that nobody's coming with a life jacket to save us. Not the government, not the politicians, none of them. So we might as well save ourselves because there's no miracle will come falling from the sky just to come and save us. So us as the new generation, we have to be brave enough, courageous enough to stand with our own 2 feet and start taking ourselves seriously and start channeling our minds right so that we can be well refined. Talking about refining your minds, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to let you know that there's an online course that I've created where I talk more about how to change the way you think in order for you to see drastic changes in your life. So if you are interested, all you really need to do is to simply click the first link in my bio, and that link will take you straight to my Telegram. And from there, you'll be provided with, the necessary information on what you need to do in order for you to view the course. And hopefully, I will see you there. Guys, my name is Johannes. See you next time. Cheers.